Right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on with our first title fight of the evening, the IKF Southern Area Amateur Light Welterweight title. Over 5 2-minute rounds of action. Would you welcome first into the blue corner, representing Hastings Kickboxing Academy, Nathan Smith. Would you welcome his opponent into the red corner, representing Locks Martial Arts, Matt Gear! Southern Area Amateur Light Welterweight title and your warriors in the ring. In the blue corner, representing the Hastings Kickboxing Academy, Nathan Smith. And in the red corner, representing Locks Martial Arts, Matt Gear.
So our first big title fight of the evening. It's for the IKF Southern Area Amateur Light Welterweight title. Two very good young men from two very good camps. Nathan Smith from Hastings Kickboxing Academy, the shorter young man in the blue corner. Matt Gear from Locks Martial Arts in the red corner, the taller of the two and wearing the red kickboxing trousers. Two very good camps indeed. I expect two very well schooled young fighters. The Southern Area Amateur title at stake. Front push kick from Gear. Smith will have to get inside his taller opponent. He might have to take some to get in, as you saw there from the front push kick from Gear. Smith will have to work around that. He can't afford to work in straight lines with a man with the reach advantage that he has. Here, that's better work from him. Gear needs to keep it at that range, use those God-given attributes, those long limbs at the weight. Keep it at range. Smith, for his part, will have to get inside and work when he gets there. There's good movement there. He didn't come in on the straight line. Comes off that centre line, so important. He'll have to eat a number of those kicks to get inside, and he'll have to work when he does. Otherwise, it's for nothing. Gear, for his part, will have to just keep his man away and work at range. Nice movement from the young man in the red corner. Hit and move, hit and move. And again, nice movement from Gear. He does his work, then moves away, but this time Smith tried to close the gap quicker and get in with those left and rights. Gear looking to swing that right leg from its rear position to the midsection of Smith. That's better, puts more power into the third effort. Smith blocks it, comes with the right hand counter to the right leg. Good counter. Again, the right leg wings up from Gear, looking to use that regularly. Smith looks to step inside it. Oh, that right hand just out of range, and Gear, good movement to make sure it stayed missed. That right leg beginning to find its target now from Gear. Good movement from the man in the red. He's got to do it for 5 rounds. It's no easy task, but it's a good tactic here in the opener. And you saw again Smith looks to block that right and come through with his own solid right hand, then the left hook. That's what he needs more of. I feel Red edged that opening round with his leg technique, but Smith, towards the end of the round, you saw, realises what he needs to do and started to utilise it. Second of potential 5, and starts the way the first did. Smith looking to walk Gear down. Gear looking to keep him at range and use those long limbs. Better from Smith there, comes through, lands with that first right hand to the face. It's a hard game for both men because one has to have the stand to stay on the outside, keeping it long. The other has to risk punishment to get inside and do his own work. both men get their shinies adjusted and ready to go once more. Front push kick from Gear. Smith looks to close the gap. Gear moves once more. Beautiful matchup this between a contrasting styles. And again, Gear letting those legs go regularly, which again takes a lot of energy, a lot of stamina. Using those legs to keep your man away like jabs. And you can see that Smith takes them on the arms, takes them on the body, but he has to take shots to get to where he needs to be. And that right leg of Gear is the danger. Now, this time you can hear the response as Smith closes the gap very quickly and looks to get that big right hand going. Smith being warned to kick more. Gear, that right leg the judges have seen very clearly, and again the left hand side of the body the target for the man, and just as Smith spun, Gear threw the right leg twice more. Looks for the front push kick with the lead leg. Smith, I said, will have to close the gap, and if he's not kicking and it's not scoring points, he needs a knockout when he gets inside with the big left or right hand. That's what he's looking for. Gear doing a good job of keeping at range for most of the round. So Smith, it's a hard night's work walking a man down and then trying to make him pay. This is better, but again, nice movement from Gear. At the end of both rounds, you've seen Smith explode into action, but I think across the length of the 2 rounds, the red corner has taken both of them. As I said, fantastic contrasting styles here. Both have different aims and goals here. Gear to keep it at range, keep it long. Smith to explode when he gets on the inside with that big right hand. So 3 of 5. And a fast start again from both young men. And Smith, you can see, looks for the right hand counter to that right leg. Throws his own right leg, checked by Gear, who looks for the front push kick. Does so again, uses the right hand as the follow-up. The right roundhouse finds its target on the left-hand side of Smith's body once more. Smith looks for the sweep this time. I saw Carl Denny in his corner talking about that tactic. Sweep with the leg, then the right hand counter. But Gear very mobile, very focused. Keeping his man at his range. Just a bit low with that right. I said it's very tiring, the amount of leg work that Gear is using. But he's got good movement as well to get him out of his way of danger once he's thrown the roundhouse, as he does there. He knows the right hand counter's coming and he moves away from it as quickly as possible. Makes it difficult for Nathan Smith to work where he wants to. As I saw there, slipped, just going to throw the sweep, shakes his head. The tactic was right, it was just the execution. And Gear relying heavily on that right leg to do his offensive and defensive work, but for the first time, Smith got very close with that big right hand. Walking his man down, the left to the body, the right to the body. Looks for the left of the head, Gear aware of it. Nice spin side kick right at the bell again from Smith. He does his best work at the end of the rounds, but across the 2 minutes, it's a hard task for him. And at the stage in the fight now, I've got him needing a KO to win this. Four of 5, the last 2 rounds. And Smith forging forward again. There he lands with the right, snaps the head back. I think he's been told he really needs to step the pace up now. The right round kick of Gear comes in again. And Smith looking for it, he's waiting for it, looks to spin. I would stop the spins. Just try to get in close and do his work on the inside. Gear still reliant on that right leg, and why not? It's worked for him across the opening 3 rounds. Pushes in again, front push kick off the rear leg this time. And you can see Smith teeing up that right hand. He's landed it cleanly once. He needs to land it cleanly a couple of more times to test the chin of Matt Gear. Oh, front push kick to the face, and suddenly Gear explodes with the hands on the back of the success of that front push kick to the face, forcing Smith to take a step backwards this time. And again the right roundhouse, then he skips out of range, forcing Smith to chase him again when he can get the time to chamber and throw again. It makes it a long, hard night's work for the man in the blue corner. He stuck to his task though, no complaints, just kept going. Right roundhouse from Gear. Smith looks to respond, checks the front kick Gear, then looks for his own front kick in reply. Smith pushed back once again with those long legs. The roundhouse and then the reply from Smith is checked once more. Spinning back fist just misses from Smith. Good tactic, just out of range though. Looking to get in close once more. Frustrated this time in round 4 with just 1 to go. Intriguing contest, this one goes into the final round, and I feel Smith will go for broke here. He will look for that big equalising right hand. Gear for me just has to stay on his feet this round. As I thought, Smith really looking. Oh. And look for the shoot there, the double leg takedown from Smith will get short shrift from Pete Richardson, our referee. And away they go again. And again, Gear just has to keep his man away for this 5th and final round. Smith needs that urgency, needs to be there in the pocket, throwing leather. Gear reliant on that right leg to keep his man away, then comes forward with the roundhouse. Pushes forward right hand and left hand after the front push kick. Anything to keep Smith backed up. When Smith isn't coming forward, he's not in range and he can't score. Very good tactical game plan from Gear, and he's stuck to it religiously, and it's worked for him. Side kick on the spin from Smith, the best technique of the night so far from him. Pushing forward again. It's been a hard night's work for the shorter man here. The tactics have been right, he just hasn't been allowed to execute them by a very smart opponent as well. And the right roundhouse comes in once again, ducks under the right hand reply. Gear knows that's coming. Spinning back fist just out of range from Smith. Can change the fight in a breath, that technique, but it hasn't landed. And the Gear just pushing those legs forward once more. Smith, desperation stakes now, coming forward looking for that big right hand. Pushed away by Gear. There you go, 5 intriguing, very good rounds. But I feel the title will go the way of the red corner, Matt Gear.
Boxing, please, let's hear it from both your warriors in the ring. But we do have a unanimous decision, and the IKF Southern Area Amateur Light Welterweight belt goes around the waist of the young man from the red corner.